Welcome to this special podcast from the Centre for Sustainable Innovation. In this episode on building and construction decarbonisation, we're sharing an exciting project that brings together sustainability, education, and community engagement to build a greener future. At Salford, we believe the path to net zero isn't just in labs and lecture halls. It starts in homes, in classrooms, and in the hands of young people with bold ideas. I'm sat here today with the project lead of Your Miniature Greenhouse, an outreach project funded by the Royal Academy of Engineering via the Ingenious scheme. Silvia, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Silvia and I'm Associate Professor for Sustainability within the Centre for Sustainable Innovation.
Before we begin, could you briefly explain what you mean by building and construction decarbonisation?
It's one of the terms that we use a lot. Is a jargon in people that work within sustainability. Decarbonising basically means reducing carbon emissions associated with materials, operations within a particular sector, but overall having to do with the economy. So bio-based materials, for example, or lower carbon materials. From a social perspective, this might mean, for example, ensuring that more equitable jobs or promotion pathways within an organisation.
Silvia, what would you say the overarching challenge of this project? What sort of issues is it trying to tackle?
Yeah, so the built environment, which comprises of our homes, schools, and offices, so the very infrastructure that we live in and work in, represents about 40% of the UK's carbon footprint. So most of the buildings that will exist in 2050 already exist today, and many of them are very far from being energy efficient. So retrofitting will be key and is one of the biggest climate change challenges that we are facing today. But it is also a social challenge. And because many families living in older buildings and in disadvantaged communities are hit hardest by energy costs and inefficiencies of our buildings. So how do we tackle this? So from my perspective, one of the key things to do is to educate and inspire the next generation of problem solvers alongside with other climate change actions that need to be taken by stakeholders within the construction sector.
Could you tell me a little more about the project? What is Your Miniature Greenhouse?
So Your Miniature Greenhouse is the evolution of a sister project called Greener Homes for the Future. This has been funded by Friends of Energy House 2.0, which is a philanthropic organisation connected with the University of Salford. In both projects, we are working with Year 5 pupils, and they are based in Salford and Blackburn to explore sustainability and teach them about green buildings. These students, which are typically aged between 9 and 10, are learning how their homes basically affect the environment and what they can do about it. They are supported through our sessions and visits by trained engineering and STEM ambassadors. They are basically designing together miniature eco homes using real materials used in the construction sector and simple sensors, and they're also learning how to measure sustainability of a building. Along the way, I would say that they also are discovering how engineers are working together to decarbonize our homes, and they know now after the program, for example, how to become engineers themselves one day. So it is hands-on, it's fun, and potentially is opening doors to new futures.
You mentioned Energy House 2.0. How would you say they fit into this project?
Yeah, so one of the highlights for these pupils is a visit at Energy House 2.0 right here at the University of Salford. It is the UK's largest and most advanced research facility that is in the UK that is dedicated to low carbon housing. At Energy House 2.0, we test real scale homes in extreme weather conditions. So from freezing winters to scorching summers, for example, to identify ways that we can make our buildings more energy efficient, but also more affordable for people. By showing these young people, these pupils, these breakthroughs firsthand, we are not just teaching them science, we are making it real for them, relevant, and hopefully exciting. This project is just one example of how the Centre for Sustainable Innovation connects research and real-world impact. We support local schools through projects like this, but we also engage and partner up with businesses, particularly SMEs, helping them, for example, to decarbonize their operations, but also achieve other targets that they wish to achieve. We also engage with the community, and substantially what we want to do is to make sure that sustainability is accessible and inclusive for all. So, as I mentioned before, through projects like reducing carbon emissions or strategizing for circular economy or inspiring the next generation, what we want to do is we believe that working together will achieve practical and positive change.